V8 with 6 cylinders.
I wore my long sleeve shorts today.
What's up with the beating stick?
Don't worry about it. Just look away.
Dude, this is heavy.
Krapovich or Akrapovic?
Do I sound smart? I like to see nasty stuff. Hey guys, it's Jamie from Jamie's Garage, and we're at my shop, Elite Motorworks. It's gonna be a very busy week. It's the last week before the end of the year. We got Christmas next week. Between Christmas Eve and New Year's Day, the shop is closed. We give everybody the time off. So let's see what we got going on today. Starting with one of my favorite sedans, the Audi RS7. This one, however, it's hurt kind of bad. It actually needs a whole new transmission. So we've ordered a new transmission. We've been waiting for a while. We finally got it. Let me show you what it looks like. Garrett is actually over here getting it prepared to take it out of the box, because this is a giant box that it came in. We had to use a little engine cart, and then we're using a cherry picker to take it out of there. So he's hooking up the chains, and we're gonna lift it out. This is where we keep most of our scan tools. We've gotten so busy that the guys asked me to buy another Autel. They call this the Autel Ultra. So we got 2 of them, and the guys decided to name it. So they named this one Beth, and they named this one Rip. Now, I didn't know what that meant. Hey, Rich.
Yes, sir.
Why did they name the scan tools Beth and Rip?
Because they're badass mofos.
So, I don't watch the show, but apparently it's from, what's it called?
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. So if you guys are watching Yellowstone, you probably know Beth and Rip, but apparently they're 2 just bad mofos on that show that they're just bad, right? They're awesome.
They're awesome.
They're awesome, apparently. So they named the scan tools Beth and Rip. Joey working on the Range Rover.
Oh, it's a Mercedes.
Mercedes.
No, stop. Back off.
Let's
back off. Back off. It's a Mercedes.
Okay. So we technically don't work on Land Rovers. This one was a longtime customer that we're not gonna say no to. However, so Joey doesn't want to be seen working on Land Rovers.
Mercedes.
Yeah, it's a Mercedes. Something interesting about this Mercedes, though, is that it's a V8 with 6 cylinders. So this engine, you can see the 3 ports over there and the 3 here. So it's a 6-cylinder. However, the block is still from the V8. So the block ends way back here. So what they did was they basically capped off the last 2 cylinders, and they made the heads shorter so they could retain the same, I guess, block without having to make a whole new one. If you look back here, obviously there's some oil to be cleaned out, but that right there would be the cylinder for the V8. It is just it's a little weird. Mark, what's up with the beating stick?
Don't worry about it. Just look away.
The guys are actually cleaning the trash cans. Say hi, that's our newest member.
Hello.
How you doing, Nick?
I'm good. I'm a little camera shy.
So Nick is actually taking over Mark's spot. Mark is going to be moving up to an apprentice, so he's going to be doing some oil changes and working side by side with Garrett. So, you know, I know it's December, but you know we're in Florida, like there's no need for sweatshirts.
There's always a need for sweatshirts.
It is like 70, what's the temperature right now? 65, 70?
I don't know, something like that.
It's like 65 degrees and they're wearing sweatshirts. Maybe 70. What's the temperature, Joey?
I don't know, but I wore my long sleeve shorts today.
Your long sleeve shorts.
Oh, I thought.
Here, can you try pulling this piece out? Okay, so with the new transmission, there's a couple interesting facts about it. So it's an all-wheel drive system. The axle runs through the front behind the torque converter plate. So you can see the axle runs through here, behind here, and then out to the side over here. It's a little interesting. So if you want to remove the torque converter, you have to remove the axle first and then pull the torque converter out. Important, clean oil cooler and connecting lines before installing the gearbox. Whew, it's a good thing we saw that sticker. Down here, it's got this little baby cooler. And when they shipped it, they got this little bracket here to protect it from damaging that cooler. So when they set the transmission down, it's on the bracket, not on the cooler. So, you know, that's pretty cool, but this is a little cooler. Oh! So this is one way you can organize your bolts, put them in bags, and you label them. I do a little differently, but that is one way to do it, and it works pretty good. Here is the broken transmission they've gotten out of the car. They're actually using the lift arms to support the broken transmission to transfer it from the transmission jack. They're getting ready to put it on the cherry picker here. Then we'll drop it back into the box, or the coffin as I call it. And the new transmission, they've already transferred it over to the transmission jack, which is underneath the car. Let's go take a look at it right now. And here's the new transmission ready to go back in. Looking at the back of the engine is actually pretty interesting. So it's backwards from your traditional engines. The top, or the valley right here, is where the exhaust is, not the intake manifold like most traditional engines. The intake is actually on the underside of the cylinder heads, which is where the exhaust manifolds typically are. Let's go take a look at the exhaust. And here's the factory exhaust. They come out and they're a little tangled up. And in fact, when they're in the car, they kind of cross over each other. Speaking of exhaust, we have a full titanium exhaust here. It's an Akrapovic exhaust for this Audi RS7, except Steve calls it something different. What do you call this thing?
A Kropovich.
A Kropovich. You need to watch your mouth. Unfortunately, it is raining today. And when it rains and you bring cars in, all the water comes off the cars and leaves a mess. Just like on this M3 here. This is a 2023 M3 competition, and we're gonna do a little bit of exhaust work on it. So the Active AutoWorks kit has a bracket that's got a little step up on it because to give it more clearance for the exhaust, since this exhaust pipe is thicker than the factory.
So I got one here, and I've got two finger tight back here.
Well, do you want to go ahead and take these out?
Yeah.
Go ahead. A little heavy. I'm just weak though.
Yeah.
Yup.
I mean,
Dude, this is heavy. All right, here we go. So the exhaust after the catalytic converter comes down, it connects to here and here, and they separate. So they got these two paths that come out, and then they separate into the muffler out here. Well, what this kit does is it basically eliminates this whole leg and brings it over here, and then forces it to in one collector pipe. So it's gonna connect these two here, it's gonna collect here, come out, and then it'll connect here. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this exhaust off right here, get that out of the way, and put this in its place. All right, so Joey's measuring the end, and I basically come down here to measure exactly where it needs to go. And then we did the same thing with the factory spot, and then we came down here and measured it. Well, what's interesting is this exhaust actually has a little dimple right here, and I marked it with the red pen. That's why you see the red there. And then it has a dimple right here. So I measured it here because we were gonna cut it, a little long just in case. But they both matched up, exactly to the dimple. So we're just gonna cut it there. Plus we have some room for error with these here, not that you wanna use them. So even if we were off by, a half inch or an inch, this would make up the room for it. We don't wanna do that, of course. So I think we're gonna cut it right at those dimples. So while we got it off, he's gonna move this out about halfway and then mark it here as a reference point. So when we put it all back together, that's where we're gonna shoot for, is we want the seam to be in the middle of the clamp.
Easy.
Yeah, you wanna get yours in first?
Yeah, mine's light, so.
I got the heavy end.
You keep saying that.
Dude, this is heavy. A little heavy. Somebody's gotta do all the heavy lifting around here.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go take a lunch break, so if you just hang out here till I get back.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get you anything, it's just what I'm gonna get. Okay, go ahead. It's good. There we go.
Yeah, that's good.
By the time we get this lined up,
Almost like
too.
I know what I'm doing.
Almost.
Oh, yay?
All right, anytime you're doing a modified exhaust, the trick is to make sure that it doesn't get tweaked and it doesn't throw off the difference in the exhaust back here. So we're looking at the exhaust tips. I'm kind of just doing a quick glance at it. You want to make sure they're perfectly centered. You don't want it to be too far, left or right or up or down, and you don't want it to come out too far either. So we've got it pretty much perfect. I would say perfect, just like the factory. So looking from the back, you would never know. And then we also put these clamps, we wanted to put these on the inside just so just a cleaner look. And also if you need to get to them, it's easy to get to. These we put on the outside because there was not enough clearance here to put them both on the inside. So we put these on the outside. We'll do a final hand torque once we're done. Joey's doing a fitment of the active brace. Make sure that that all looks good because we don't want this to rub. And you can see now why they gave us that drop for that extra clearance.
Clarence.
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
And now you can see the difference in that exhaust. And it bolted right up to the factory flange here. And we'll make sure we start it up, make sure there's no exhaust leaks, and then we should be good to go. Good job, Joey.
No.
No fingerprints left behind.
Nope. I don't want my fingerprints on this.
I don't want my fingerprints. Steven is filling the cooling system. This thing is about ready to run and excited to get this back on the road and ready for the customer. All right, Garrett's here working on a Mercedes SL 550, doing an oil change and inspection. Anything you find interesting here?
You know, this car is pretty clean. It's a special edition.
It's the Migla 417. I don't know how to pronounce that, but the 417, I do know they made 417 of these. This was actually a race in Italy, started in 1927, where they raced approximately 1,000 miles on an open road. Do I sound smart? I actually looked it up, I cheated, but I don't know how to say that. All right, let's see how you pronounce this thing.
Mille miglia.
Mille.
Yeah, I don't think we were close at all.
Mille. Yeah, I'm not saying it even close. But it's pretty cool. They come matte black. They got the AMG wheels, the red interior.
A lot of carbon fiber on it too.
It's got some carbon fiber, carbon fiber right here. Carbon fiber. No, it looks good. These are cool cars. Ooh, let me take a look at that.
There you go.
I like to see nasty stuff. All right, so you can see the cap. Well, maybe you can. It's like greenish. That's pretty gross. And then the fluid, yeah, that's pretty gross. That's like mud. It's actually cloudy, kind of muddy.
It's got a lot of texture to it.
A lot of texture. Yeah, that needs to be changed for sure. So about every 2 years, you want to replace your brake fluid. All right, he's got it running. He went ahead and double checked the fluid levels, and then now he's setting the coating, and then he's going to run some clutch adaptations. Once everything's well, he's going to go for a long test drive, make sure everything works well, and that one will be done. We can check that one off the list. The RS7 is finally done, and Nick is over here cleaning it up. By the way, nice shirt, Nick. Love it. And yeah, he's getting it all cleaned up, make sure it's beautiful for the customer, because we definitely appreciate him and his business. Joey's got the Land Rover running, the Land Rover tech. Super happy over there. Got it running. Supercharger.
You can work on a Land Rover, you can work on anything.
True facts. You can work on a Land Rover, you can work on just about anything. Hey, you know what you get to work on when that's done? The Mercedes. They'll be working on this S550 next, which I believe has some timing cover gasket or timing cover seals, right?
Yep, upper timing cover gaskets, thermostat housings, leaking coolant. I think that's about it. Dry belt tensioner.
Yeah, so a couple little things. Get that all fixed up and back on the road. And Eric's over here in a rush to get this car done. What are we doing to this one?
We did a coolant feed hose from the block to the cooler on the oil filter housing. We're doing an oil change on it, a BG coolant system service, and that's about it as of right now.
Alrighty, good job.
Thank you.
Keep it going. You went from an RS7 to a Mini. Oil pump pressure switch is bad, and it's part of the pump. You got to change the whole thing. And the Bentley, we've been waiting on upper control arms, which they're finally here, so we'll be able to get this done as well. Ending out to be a great day. We're getting a lot of cars finished up. So last week we had a Christmas party and it was actually a lot of fun. It's the first time I've had a Christmas party for my guys. We got gifts for the kids, we had food, we had a lot of fun. We did like a white elephant gift exchange. It was a lot of fun. And I actually brought in a tree and some ornaments. They did everything else. They decorated it. So they started grabbing parts from the shop, just some extra random stuff. Keychains, oil cap, there's a drive belt, there's a Bentley keychain, you know, some products. These are like our warranty stickers that they wrapped around. They took spark plugs and made little, you know, hooks for them. Got a xenon bulb there, an Audi emblem, BMW. Of course, the tree toppers, the Elite Motorworks hat. They did a really good job. This piston, which is an actual real piston, came out of an AC compressor from an old school Mustang that I helped a friend a long time ago. We got some tools. This is the most expensive Christmas tree ornament on the planet. We got some buckets here that we sell if somebody wants to get like a detailing bucket for Christmas gift or Father's Day or whatever. We sell these buckets, little detailing kits. Those go over pretty well actually. And we might have some leftover drinks from the party. Jacob, how was the party?
It was great.
Very
successful.
What was your gift?
I got some Beats headphones,
Yeah.
which are pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about those. I got that the useless box. So you flip the little thing and it shuts it back off.
Yeah,
That's the favorite.
that was a fun one. Should we ask all the guys what they got?
Yeah.
Let's go ask the guys. Rich, what was your gift from Elite Motorworks Christmas party?
Shirt and pants.
Shirt and pants from, oh, the Lululemon.
Lululemons, yep.
So are you gonna replace the jorts?
No.
No? Okay. Lululemon will be second string to the jorts. Gabriel, Garrett, what was your gift from Elite Motorworks for a Christmas party?
I don't know, I made everybody inferior. I got a Sonos speaker from your portion of it, and then I got a Benchmade from Romeo.
Oh, that's right. You got a Benchmade from my manager and a Sonos speaker. Not bad. You made out like a bandit, dude. Guys, I've got something really important to ask you. What did you guys get for your Christmas present at the party?
Lululemon.
You guys both got Lululemon, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I had 3 Lululemon gifts. So it was you two and Rich all got the Lululemons. Yeah. Guys like Lululemon too. It's not just girls. Let's ask Eric what he got. What was your gift Christmas this year?
I got a mini drone, probably about that big.
What did Elite Motorworks get you?
Elite Motorworks got me a fantastic back massager.
Oh yeah, the little massaging gun thing.
Yes, it was a massaging gun.
Yes.
Fantastic, absolutely.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Thank you.
Where's Joey? What was your Christmas gift this year from Elite Motorworks?
Tools.
Oh, that's right. You got Snap-on.
No, I got tools.
You got flashlights
Best
and
Christmas.
a plier set. That was a good investment on my part. I got him tools so he can make me more money. Nick, the newest member, you've only been here about a week and you were at the Christmas party. What was your Christmas? 2 weeks.
Pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses.
Ray-Bans.
Haven't been able to wear them because of all this rain lately.
Yeah, that's okay. You live in Florida. Trust me, you're gonna get plenty of use. And the guys got me an awesome Jamie's Garage sign. The thing is massive. It's like full metal. It's lighted back. I took it home. I'm gonna hang it on my garage. I wasn't even expecting a gift and it was awesome. And oh yeah, and then the Snap-on guy stopped by. We got some Snap-on sock, but those Snap-on socks slip on. What else? We got a calendar and some hand soap, which this stuff works really good actually. I was trying to think about how I could introduce new stuff to this video and keep it interesting for you guys in addition to the cars that we're working on. So I thought, you know what, each video I'm gonna do like a tool introduction. So we'll just kind of pick a tool and go over it and show you guys what I like about it. And this is the one I actually purchased recently. So I got this tool because I had it demoed for me in Las Vegas when I was there for the SEMA show. And what I really liked about this is they use these half cut bits. These are super stubby. They come with this little attachment here. So you can put your bits in there, and let me demo it here. I mean, we have Torx bits, we have tamper-proof Torx, we have the 5-star bits, we have Torx Plus, we got Allen's, we've got, or they call it hex. These are also standard hex. I'll never use those. They got a little 1/4-inch driver, so you can use 1/4-inch sockets and stuff, and triple squares. Like, how crazy is that? So we can put this triple square right there, and look how thin that is, almost the thickness of my thumb. You can get in some really tight spots. It's got a little trigger there so you can go left and right, and you can just use that with your thumb. So I thought that was very clever. They've got a 1/4-inch side and a 5/16 side. You could also use this attachment here for like a 1/4-inch. Whoop, wrong side. Let me try that again. Pull that out. Okay, so this is the 1/4-inch attachment. You put that there. Now you've got a 1/4-inch drive, and it's really thin, really, so you can get it in some really tight spots. Anyway, I thought this was a really cool kit. That kit, if it can save us from having to take more components off so we can get into a little tight spot and take a bolt out or something like that without having to take a bunch of other things out of the way. Well, it saves us time, saves the customer money. It's a win-win. One thing I learned a long time ago is communication in business is absolutely key for everything to run smoothly. So one of the things that we implemented a long time ago was Rich over here will have a meeting with the guys. First thing in the morning, they have what's called a huddle for about 10 minutes to go over what's expected for the day, if there's going to be any waiters, are we waiting on parts, are we expecting parts to arrive, just to kind of map out the day so everybody's on the same page. Then he kind of keeps them updated. They meet again at lunchtime, really quick, just for a few minutes. And then at the very end of the day, they also meet for about 10 minutes, just to kind of go over, did we hit our goals? Is there anything that was left over? Is there anything that we need to address first thing in the morning? And they just kind of keep everybody on the same page. And that has worked out great for us because everybody's on the same page. Things tend to run much smoother here after we implemented that. So I don't know why I'm sharing that with you. I just thought that was interesting. And maybe you guys wanted to know a little bit more about the inside of the business. From the last video, I had a couple questions. One of the questions from Philip was, I just caught this video and I seen you rotate the tires on that Mini. What about the TPMS monitoring system? So with the tire pressure monitoring system, after you rotate the tires, we end up resetting the tire light. We go and drive it, it relearns the new positions, and that's it. I asked you guys for suggestions on how I should end my video, so I'm gonna give it a try. Keep your nuts tight and torqued. and then let's do this one. Ossenweinenschein. I know I screwed that up. All right, guys, that is a wrap. We're done for the day. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all.